on the moon and you want to zoom? You know where you need to be.
Warning, entering vacuum.
Be careful near the Kragans. They appeared after Dahl started mining the planet and one of them nearly killed me a couple of months ago. Gave me a sexy scar on my stomach. That wasn't aimed at you, Wilhelm. You're not my type.
Oh, thank you for the clip.
That should be on my family crest.
You've made it! The building with the light reactor should be nearby. Get inside. All right. That's why I gave you the prod gun. Blast the Kragans with it. They'll get angry and charge you. If you can lure them into the rubbish, they'll smash an opening for you.
Aw. It's a little demon that's just kind of dancing. Watch him, he's about to gnaw my face off as soon as I hit him with this thing. Fuck him. I hit him charge into the rubble. Shit.
Still holding. Get him to ram it again.
Come here, fighter.
Hey, they broke away the rubbish. Now get inside and yoink the light reactor.
No it didn't. It's all right there, what do you mean? Did it break? I didn't see anything break, but fuck it, whatever. I just want to get this weapon out of my inventory. It's gonna shock me.
Bonza! Now bring it back to me and I'll trade you a laser gun.
Or you could destroy it for me and get a cool tour gun. Why? Because I resent laser guns and I'm super good at holding grudges. It's a serious personality problem. Just drop the light reactor into some lava.
Oh, I kind of feel sorry for the big bag of muscles. You can get the reactor to me or destroy it for Torg. I'll still like it either way.
I mean, the word's kind of shit. It's all 4. I'll just give it to Jane because I had to go back there anyway. I gotta turn this in. Ugh.
Attention, breathable atmosphere.
You'd have to be a real drongo to pass up a moon, Zoomy. Right here for you.
We make a good team. Except for the part where I don't do anything.
Oh man! Everybody's enjoying their laser weapons and I'm just sitting around making things explode. My life sucks.
Oh, it's okay. People like explosions.
You're just saying that. People want lasers, not explosions.
No, I really do like explosions. You're great.
Really? Well, I like you now. Do you want to go out?
Sorry, I'm not into guys.
Friend zone! Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least it looked that a lot better.
Josephina telling the story about the light reactor thingy, I'd like to just point out that I was in a dark place back then, and I know that friend zoning is an imaginary and misogynistic way of looking at relationships. You guys know what I mean.
Please go away, Torg.
Fair enough! Wow!
Look at Torg, man. This gun's kind of shit. Wait, is this a laser gun with the stars and stripes? Wow, that's funny as fuck. I remember she did the whole like, oh she's like, oh you can't understand me. oh, cowboys, I'm a phobia. Like she was doing the whole cowboy shit, and then she gave me this. I mean, too bad it sucks. If I did this like a couple levels ago, maybe this would have been better, but... Oh, wait. Maybe it's not too bad. I mean, it's pretty much everything besides damage. Well, I'll equip it. Let me just see how it looks. It's the fucking stars and stripes. Oh, it's actually... Wait, it's full auto. See that? And it's full auto too. We'll see. That's interesting. Yeah, I feel like I kind of just got poked there by Gearbox a little bit, but we're just gonna glide past that because I've already kind of overshared a little bit with that story. So I had something to bring up, but I can't remember. I kind of got myself sidetracked by bringing that up. Shit. Kind of want more coffee. I just finished it. My pickle. Oi. Molly Rock. The treasures of the Echo Madre.
Is treasure your thing? Well, this could be your lucky day. I reckon we're
Oi,
about to
Governor.
hit the big time. I've got me mitts on an Echo what says there's a treasure map in Outlands Canyon. Could be nothing, but I'm a dreamer, me. Grab that shovel, head over there, and see if you can dig up that map.
Are you kidding me?
Ace! I'm sending some coordinates to your
Are
Echo.
you sniffing your balls?
Head
What are you
out,
doing?
and I'll give you a bit of a chin wag to fill you in.
A chin
Oh,
wag?
this is gonna be lovely
What the
jubbly.
fuck does chin wag? What the fuck does that mean? Yeah, I'm gonna get some more coffee. I don't think I'm gonna do that though. I get. Wait a minute, SMG or a I kind of need a rocket launcher because my only rocket launcher is kind of butt. I mean, wait, it's level 12. It's not too bad, but let's see. What's the main mission? Main mission's level 14. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, he's a better shotgun now. Especially, wait, what's level 11? Wait, let's go back to Concordia, do the grinder thing, and then I'll be back. But I'm gonna first I gotta find a fast travel thing. I'll make some coffee. Oh, no, okay. It was about millennial writing. That's what I wanted to bring up before I got sidetracked. I'll bring up that point when I get back. You'll see what I mean. But it's kind of like I watched like 2 videos, and I think this guy's a pretty good grasp on it. He also kind of called me out on like another video. It was about the guy, like, you know, the whole like new TikTok guy of like mullet with mustache, paint and nail thing. But where he called me out was like he was like, if a guy knows a girl's period and ovulation cycle, he probably has not the best intentions. I'm like, oh fuck. He kind of called me out there because I mean, it's not that I know, but it's more like I can just kind of pick up on it if like we're normally talking, and then, you know, if our normal kind of conversation is like, you know, regular, then you get like really like, you know, into something, and then you don't after a little bit. It's like, oh, okay, so you're ovulating then. And usually I'm right about that, but I was like, oh shit. I was like, damn, I kind of got a little bit. Well, the period thing, that's more just because, yeah, I don't want kids. So I especially if we're like, you know, getting skin to skin, I really make sure I know about that period. Let me grinder. Wait, the grinders? I thought it was. Oh, I got the grinder parts. Shit. Oh yeah. I'll be back. I'll make some more coffee.
Haven't found anything good? My weapon machines will fix that for you.
I only need this. I only need that.
Check back later to see my new weapon of the day.
I do kind of need a new shield because my shield sucks.
Give it in and take care of you.
Okay, I'm gonna grab some more coffee. Wait, I have a thought, but I'm gonna bring it up later. I'll be back. It's kind of like what I said about the whole like boxing. It just feels like because there's enough numbers. Essentially, like, if anything's popular with enough numbers, people will just be okay. This has to be a good thing. Which I'm like, no.
This here's the place for you.
Numbers don't equate to equals good. It really doesn't.
So yeah, see that? Giant laser trying to smash the moon to pieces? I'll leave that thought there.
I kind of wanted to stab Jack for saying that because in a way, I kind of have to blame Borderlands. I think, yeah, in a way, Borderlands 2 was kind of the precursor for millennial writing. Or at least it had like some type of humor. It wasn't just like the fucking Marvel thing of like, what was the? I don't know. Oh, I got another example. I'll find that please mention.
Search the debris and find me the unassembler linkage. Should be one. They're super tough bits of kit. Everything else here is toast. No worries. There's still that second grinder. It's in an abandoned camp set up in an old train station. It's run by some feral scavs called the Boosters. If you like, you could go over there, explain I need some spare parts, they'll be all, oh, sure thing, help yourself, mate. Ha, right. I'm updating your echo now. Go kill those crook sons of taints.
I have one more example, but we're gonna do this real quick, just so I can get this. I do kind of wish they brought this back in BL3, because especially in BL3 you get a lot of loot that's kind of ass, especially with the lost loot. The lost loot thing is a good addition, but at least with this you actually can like do something with it. Shit, didn't mean to do that. Back on the moons, out me. Another thing I hate from millennial writing is like the whole. I don't mind like I don't mind games being. I mean, in some ways, I don't believe the whole every art is all art is political. I don't believe that, but it is like art is linked to political movements and political thoughts because kind of always has been. Not like I wouldn't say every piece of art is, but majority of the time it would be just by association of fuck. You know the whole life imitates art, art imitates life. This is fucking. But the way that a lot of millennial or modern gaming does it, they just say the thing. They're like, "Hey, isn't this bad?" And then they'll just continue like that's. That's not being
I heard you're
political.
shopping around for spare grinder parts. Well, get your own. This one's totes taken.
Great. Oh, so yeah, just mentioning it doesn't make you political or doesn't really make a point. It feels like I think it does, which I'm like, no, it's like it's like me saying there's gender equality and just continuing with what I'm saying. Yeah, it doesn't. Well, yeah, I mean, like I mentioned it, but that doesn't really mean I should get points for it, or I should get like, oh, I'm so intellectual. No, I'm just saying something that we know. Yeah, we know there's gender equality. I don't think that makes me a genius for saying that. If that's too quote-unquote girl-coded, that's me saying, okay, a lot of guys are emotionally stunted. But yeah, that's true. That doesn't. I'm not saying anything new. I'm just saying that doesn't make me like an authority on the subject or knowledgeable. I'm just saying a problem that we know exists for a while.
Addie Swan, dial contractor for Keep It Spotless Cleaners. If Mum could see me now. Still, cash
Mummy.
is short. Emily's sicker than ever and the universe isn't overflowing with free medical care. Still, picking up after Dial's fittest and finest lets me sniff out some juicy nuggets.
They told me you were a persistent one, even when your wrists are slapped. Well, I'll have a special surprise waiting for you.
And now it's like the whole. It isn't about student debt, it's about anxiety and trauma, and I fucking. It's not that I don't think you can talk about those subjects, I just hate the way it's brought up. Because it's brought up in the most vapid fucking way. And I hate it because it's like a most... I put it.
No atmosphere detected.
You should care about mental health, but the way...
I saw it. Him, her. Late one night I was scrubbing the latrine intake valves when I looked up and, in the distance on a hill, there it was. Tall, spindly, sliced in half by shadow and still as the dead. Watching me. An alien. I'm not sure what to tell the camp commander. She'll think I'm nuts. And Nurse Nina told me Emily's getting worse. I can't lose this job.
So, I think it's good that I guess for organizations say that we're talking about it, but it's kind of like the way it comes off like the fucking like cut for beaver fake button. You didn't start that with stupid fair girls that started that show, but it was still like a thing where like, it comes off like that. It comes off as just being either stupid or coming off as like, oh well, I'm just so quirky and random, so I have a mental disorder. It's like, no, that's not. Like, I wouldn't pretend having a limp. I mean, I wouldn't pretend like I lost a leg or I lost a hand. I wouldn't do that for like social credit points. And that's what gets me angry about it, because it just feels like the worst type of pandering of like, oh well, I just want to show you that I'm deep and complex, so I have a mental disorder. It's like, fuck off. You can do that without doing that. I don't know, I think it's kind of like a Hollywood thing where it's like, it's the new like romanticization of like, oh, like, the race CEO is a psycho, or every genius is a psycho, or every intelligent person is socially awkward. It's like, yeah, like, it has some basis, but it's not really a rule, it's more just happenstance of like, yeah, well, who would have guessed if you have to be proficient in a field that you have to spend a lot of time by yourself, you end up kind of being socially awkward. Who would have guessed that?
Kill confirmed, sir.
Stingy! What's happening, friend?
Okay, let me put this in like, I guess, digestible terms. Not the chat, I think it's like the way I'm thinking. So it's the way the way it comes off to me is like if you try breaking up with someone like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself. It's like that's how it comes off as. Like it's not like you're not really mentally ill. You're just kind of trying to draw sympathy. You're trying to draw like an ounce of like, you know, relatability, but in like the worst way possible, because this shouldn't be your go-to to try to relate to something like, oh, I have a mental problem, or I'm suicidal. Like why? It's like when you actually deal with someone that has those problems, you have those problems yourself. You wouldn't really want that for anyone else, because it's not. It's like I don't think we don't have anyone being like, oh, I wish polio was a thing. I wish we had syphilis. Like I don't think anyone's really wishing for that on them. So like that's why it gets me so angry, because I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, so that's why that annoys. Like, it's not that the whole subject of like you shouldn't depict mental health. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good that we're having that conversation. That it's no longer like it's no longer like the 70s or 60s things of like, oh, if you have mental issues, there's a demon inside you. And we're also kind of moving. Well, half we're kind of moving away from like the, oh, like if you have mental issues, you're just being attention seeking. But it's like we've moved away from that, but now we have like the we moved away from it, but now we have a new problem where it's like we're just adding it on to like our daily vocabulary. It's like, oh, like I had such a long drive today, I had so much trauma, or my waiter got my order wrong and that triggered me. I was like, no, shut the fuck up. That's not what having that means. Like, yeah, you can get upset, you can get really upset over some stupid shit, that's understandable. We're all bags of chemicals, but that's not that. Fuck.
Bonza! No sign of Rooster Booster. He must have chickened out. Smash that thing to pieces and get the recombiner matrix out of it. Luckily, they're tough bits of tech too. Crap! It's tougher than I thought.
No! Spew it!
Just what we need to crack open that stubborn grinder.
Ship the other breaker. It's something I try to avoid doing. Like, I try not to do the whole like, oh, my problems are more deep in you. It's not that. It's just like I can tell when someone's bullshitting or when someone's just trying to like get social points or like emotional points. I'm just like, fuck off. Because again, it's not that I have it as like a badge of honor that I know people have gone through some real shit, but it's more like when you go through some real shit, it's not something you really want to just throw out, just because it's like it usually either bothers you a lot or it'll bring you back to that place. Even now, just me talking about the situation that happened like almost now a year ago or 2 years ago, it just made me angry now. Like I couldn't. I was making my coffee and I was getting kind of angry. So it's not like and I have no reason to be angry. I was by myself making coffee. I have zero reason to get angry. So it's not like you know. it's not something that you like. It's not something that's just like a little quirky thing I can add to my story. It's like it's something that it's like stuck to you. It's like a fucking tumor that you can't take off. I realize I'm getting angry now because it's just like it's fucking. I just hate it. I hate that like it feels like. Because it makes you feel like it's like a joke. It's like, oh, so it's just like, so my problem's just a joke then. It doesn't matter then. And maybe I shouldn't take it like that. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just calm down. But it's also like a. Like, how you put it? It feels like if people can get up in arms over like some minor bullshit, like, oh, fucking Tracer had an emote that kind of showed her ass.
Now,
If people can get triggered over that and be like, oh, this is fucking bringing down
and we'll be good to go.
everyone, it's like, I feel like I should be able to get a little bit angry that, hey, people are trying to take real issues and make it a fucking
That's probably
hashtag.
far enough. Nice. Now blow the charges. Great. Now come on back and let's get this grinding show on the road.
I do kind of just take a breather. Because it's like, it's part that I recognize is not that deep, but another part is just like, I hate that like now, it feels like if you have a response that isn't like PC approved, you're seen as irrational, you're seen as like, tribalistic. It's like, no, this makes me upset, very upset.
Say, let's see it!
So yeah, it's like, it feels like the only like acceptable outrage is like, oh, if you can't make a hashtag about it or a trending video about it, it's not an acceptable outrage. You have to have the PC approved outrage. You can't say anything nice or hurt anyone's feelings about it, even if they trivialize the fuck out of you. Shit. Whatever, I guess I should be fucking grateful that the only thing fucking white people take from my culture is fucking Taco Tuesday. I guess I should just be grateful for that, right? I shouldn't get angry. I shouldn't criticize them. I should just be happy. Just fucking hate it, man. These things.
I'm unstoppable!
Fuck. These damn mushrooms. I think what makes me, I guess, quick to get like a hired about is that because it's like if you're like a minority, you get outraged like, oh, like you're being uncivilized, you're not being proper. But Karens can like cry about bullshit. Can be like, oh well, it's Gen X, we're Gen X, we're the strongest. Like they can like do fucking rally cries over the most mundane bullshit. But I'm like, hey, can you at least recognize that we're not all Mexican or Puerto Rican? They're like, nah, you're Mexican or Puerto Rican. And it's like, it's bullshit. Like those legit people get outraged about the most stupid shit. They're like, oh, it's Christmas. It's not. Happy Holiday was it? What was the bullshit fucking Karens are upset about in winter? Like, oh, don't say Happy Holiday, say Christmas. Don't let the bull left change. I'm like, does it fucking matter? Does it really fucking matter what you say for the fucking holidays? It means the same shit. But it's like if I get angry with something that's like a legitimate issue, like, oh, well, you gotta say it in a nicer way. You can't say it like that. You might offend someone. I'm like, okay, cool. That's great, but it didn't stop a whole generation of white people categorizing every Spanish person either Mexican or Puerto Rican or a drug dealer or fucking criminal. But whatever, I guess I should worry about their fucking feelings.
Attention, atmosphere detected. Warning, no atmosphere detected.
Giant laser trying to smash the moon
Jack.
pieces?
Shut the fuck up.
That thought there.
50% and dropping.
I think the reason that gets me mad because fucking white people are the first people to be like, oh well, I'm not white, I'm fucking Polish, I'm Italian, I'm Greek, I'm all this other shit. But just being asked to, hey, remember, I'm not one of these two things, is like, nah. It's too much brain power. Shit. Oh, I'm gonna go down. Where the fuck is the teleporter?
Come on, at least try. This is gonna hurt.
Fire can already! Check back later to see my new weapon of the day. Lock and load.
Dude, I want to get this thing, but it's fucking expensive. Damn, I need $100. Yeah.
Your cash ain't worth a thing if you don't spend it. can always trust the gun at your side.
So I can grind a couple enemies here.
I'll send you to the dark side.
Leaking like a sheep.
16. What the hell? I still was above it. I had a point. Oh, so yeah, so it's not a fucking, I kinda lost because that certain subjects get me upset. Because it's just like a fucking, it's... Like, I can understand it, like, in the early, like, 90s and 80s why people were some, like, ignorant, because, like, the world was very much... It felt like a smaller place, because you only really had, like, certain, like, news outlets and newspapers. We're at a certain point where it's like, you kind of have no excuse to be this uneducated about other places, because, like, you have it at your fingertips. You can't really use the excuse of, like, oh, well, it's not America, I don't care about it. It's, like, It's kind of hard to find news that is only America-centric. It's kind of like, what excuse do you really have at this point?
Business with a vault hunter.
So it's more just like chosen ignorance. And I can't really feel sympathetic for chosen ignorance because it's chosen. It's not really like a... Like, I can understand before, like, you know, you don't want to get a magazine subscription, you want to pay extra for a channel, you don't want to, you know, pay for it. I can understand that because it's not really chosen ignorance, it's more by, like, substantial ignorance. But it's like, now you really don't have an excuse for it.
Stranger, follow me.
So I remember fucking people were up in arms because the green M&M wasn't as feminized
See
anymore.
old Bessie over
They're
there?
saying that we're woke. It's
Swap
like, no,
the
it's a
unassembler linkage and the
fucking
recombining
M&M.
matrix into her.
Why
Let's
do
see
you
if
want
that
a
does the
fucking
trick.
M&M?
Yes. Looks like she's back from the dead, but we need to make sure. These babies can, if you're lucky, spit out nice shiny equipment, but you have to know what to put in them first. Kind of like a recipe. Put in any 3 weapons of the same quality and you might get back a weapon of a higher quality. Sweet, eh? I've got some old ones on the table over there. Use them.
Yeah, it's like kind of sold all of it.
Who was that American bloke?
Now feed them into the grinder, let's see what she spits out.
Huh. Might be a waste of good weaponry.
Grinder on duty. You still there? Grind feed is complete.
Look at her grind. Sweet as. These babies come with a lot of recipes, but unfortunately there's no instruction manual. You'll just have to experiment. Though I do remember someone telling me using moonstones will ensure you always get the best possible items out of them.
Take off your pants and...
Well, good luck and thanks for the help.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so I have my second example. I can sell this.
That's the biggest laser I've ever seen.
Okay. So, okay.
You can never be too well armed.
Yeah, you can have this, and have this.
Tear the bad guys a new one, huh?
Let me find my second example. And well, I did kind of end it with about me thing, but it's more of a general. Like no one, believe me, no one likes feeling like they're trolls. No one feels like, hey, like my problems are now a little box that we can just add as that. No one likes that. No one. I don't think anyone does. It's only really people like trying to relate or trying to make it a conversation, but it's like it's not how you do it. Like I'm gonna kind of use like a drastic example here, but it's okay. Like, how would you feel like if people were like fronting about SA? I'm not gonna say the full word because I don't really like it. It's not a subject I don't think I should talk about. But I'm just saying like that's like you wouldn't just be throwing around like, oh, I got SA'd, I got SA'd. No, it's like that's something that no one really wants to go through, but it's unfortunate that we have to as people. So it's like to me that's why it bothers me so much, because I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm not saying that those are the same things, having with sort of that, but what I'm saying is like, why are you trying to latch on to something that most people wish they didn't have as a way of like getting social points? Like to me, I just find that so like such like a leech, like a worm thing to do. Yeah, let me find something. Here it is. This is my second example of Marvel writing.
You probably want my wallet now, don't you? Right, so getting mugged was not on my 2024 bingo card. Well, I'll give you this. Probably the price of a coffee these days. Permission to call this the worst Tuesday ever. And let me guess, you want my phone too. Goodbye, Angry Birds score. Right, and I'll be backing away slowly now. Sorry, but aren't I a little bit too cute to be mugged? No, but seriously, for real, I will give you all of my money. Please just don't hurt me.
That is a violent example, which I don't know why I keep doing that, but that is how a majority of like Marvel millennial writing sounds like to me, and that's what it usually fucking is. And it's very bad, and you can notice it like right away. It's just. It's like the posturing of trying to be like sarcastic or indie, but it's not. It's just the most like poser, like surface value version of it, and it's usually that like that same format, just changed a couple words, and it's that. It's always fucking that, or the fucking oh, he's right behind me, isn't it? It's so bad. And I don't know why people like it, or people are like, oh, this is so funny. I'm just like, no, this is shit. Like this is like legit like epic movie parody shit that people like you would see this as like a way to point at like, hey, look how stupid this is. But people take it as like the most highbrow humor, like, oh look, reference. Hey look, actor I recognize. Hey look, product I recognize. It's like, fuck. And I'm gonna like, I guess, throw the cold water into people's faces. Just because something has an end credit scene does not make it cinema. Like, I don't want to be that guy, but it doesn't. It's just like, that's the end credit scene. It's essentially a teaser trailer. It's the same thing. It's not like, I know people try to look at it as like, oh fuck, this is like next level shit. Like, no, it's just like, yeah, it was kind of interesting when Marvel was doing it, just because it was around the time of like before like nerd quote-unquote culture became like a monetizable thing. Like, yeah, it was interesting, but we've been past like anything fucking fucking Morbius got a movie, so I was like, we've been way past the like comic book shit being like niche or being like, oh maybe they'll not make this, maybe they won't, you know. And if it has a name and it had like a longer run than like 5 issues, you'll most likely see a movie of it at some point or a mini series. So it's no longer like that whole like it's the same thing with like referential. It's like, yeah, at one point it was a new thing, but it hasn't been a new thing for at least a decade now. So can we please stop acting like it's a new thing? I think the best way I can explain how it feels like, it's like me. It's like if I go around being like, hey, you see sliced bread? This is a whole new thing. Isn't this so crazy? Isn't this a great invention, sliced bread? It's like, no, this shit has been around for a fucking while. But it's like me just parading it around like, oh look, this is the new hotness, this is the new shit. You guys gotta listen to this. Hey look, sliced bread, this is the new shit here, guys. You gotta listen to me. I'm with the shits. I have sliced bread. It's like fucking hell, man. I know like some Europeans, I'm kind of like I might like wake up to beehive of this, but like Europeans like to do the whole like, oh, but America doesn't have culture. Which I mean, yeah, I guess it doesn't. It's always been, but American culture has always kind of been trend culture, even like back in the 1900s. But at least it was like something. At least like it was like some type of attempt at trying to make a movement or trying to do something new. Now it's just a bunch of shit. Like we're just digging up anything that has a face and putting like, hey, this is new because someone thought they can make a buck off of it, so this is new. And honestly, I would argue, I don't think even really Europeans have culture, because a lot of their culture is just them jerking off aristocrats or royalty and being like, oh well, because we have the inbred family with money and slaves, that means we have a little bit more culture. I'm like, I don't know about that, considering like a majority of you still like live like it's fucking World War I. I wouldn't really consider that culture, but hey, why not?
Big jam.
If they wanted the mirror dead, they just had to ask.
I think it honestly kind of comes from like an insecurity a lot of Caucasians have, because like there isn't if I'm gonna be real, Caucasians haven't been like the it thing since like maybe the 20s. It feels like every generation past then has been trying to be something else, or be like riff on something else.
G'day, mate. Got a third zoomie right here waiting for you.
And it just kind of shows it like a lack of like what's like lack of identity, lack of idealism. Because it feels like the only idealism Caucasian people really hold on to is fucking racism or xenophobia, which I wouldn't. I'm like, out of all the things you guys decided to let go, you decided to hold on to this. You let go of impressionists, of painters, of making your own music, but you held on to this.
This station hasn't been fully operational in a long time, but I can get it running again. There'll be a console around here somewhere. Get me to it and I'll do the rest.
Guns! Glorious guns!
Oh damn, this looks pretty good. Oh shit. I mean, I don't really need a sniper. Fuck. Why is it like I'm always a few dollars short?
check back later to see my new weapon of the day.
Oh, where the fuck is energized? Shit.
I got moved! Want support?
This might seem like I'm like, some people might give me the criticism, they might seem like, oh, you hate white people? No, I don't hate white people. It's more just like, I can recognize when someone is trying to posture or be something that they're not. I've noticed that like a lot of, I put it like it's usually really obvious when they do it. It's like, I notice like whenever like a white person calls me homie or homeboy, I can kind of, it's like, oh, okay. So it's like, you're trying to get comfortable with me, but like in the most like weirdest way, because it's like you hear how I talk, right? Like I'm not exaggerating my voice. I'm not trying to talk how I talk. I lived in the East Coast majority of my life. It's sound this. I'm not going, hey Holmes, give me a corona now. Hey, like it's not. I'm not talking like that. So you don't have to talk to me like that. Even if I did, I wouldn't want you to talk to me like that because that's not how you normally talk. And it's like that's the okay-ish. But the one when I really know is when they start saying the N-word around me, because that's something that like I will admit my people have a problem with that, because it's like, well, like some Spanish people do look like black people, but it mainly comes out of like, honestly it mainly comes out of either how a lot of us are close, the Spanish and black communities are close, but it comes either out of like who we date or familiarity. But you do like, I feel like once you get older, you kind of recognize that it's kind of an ignorant word, you really shouldn't say it. And like I'll admit, like I've said it in the past, and I'm not really excusing it, but I guess like what gave me the pass, quote unquote, is because I am Hispanic, and majority of my friends were darker. Like I was always the palest one, which I mean I don't think you should be that surprised, but you know I was usually the pale one, or the only one that looked American in my friend group. So I was like, that does sound like the typical like, oh well I have this, but no, it's just like, you know, my fucking nickname became Spicy JB, or JB with Sazon, so I was like, it's not like I'm not picking it. Trust me, I wanted to look Hispanic. For a while that shit made me really insecure that I didn't look Hispanic, but like I accepted it. Like, you know, it's not, I can't really, like, I mean, yeah, I could get a fake tan, I can go out tanning, but it would still be like, it would show that I'm not comfortable in my own skin, and it's like, I don't, you know, I'm not gonna say like I love everything about myself, but like I'm not gonna be, it's like, why would I stress myself over because I don't fit someone's definition of what a Hispanic person should look like? To me, it's like, that's just like a, it's like me hating myself because I'm not like 6 foot, like I'm not 6'6". It's like, it's nothing, I have nothing I can really do about that. Like, yeah, you know, I could get a fake tan, get a perm, but like it would just be fake, it wouldn't be me. So it's like, why would I want to do that? And I don't have enough money for this, so I'm just gonna call the train. Fuck this.
I've been thinking, now I'm free of him, the future's so iridescently bright. A new life betokens a new name. Felicity. It means happiness. From now on, I'm Felicity.
Warning, no atmosphere detected.
What does it say? They're called superior officers for a reason, doll? Yeah, suck my dick. Fuck off.
Okay, plug me in. I'll call the train. It might take a few minutes.
Train incoming!
Okay, let's check out the factory and get things moving ASAP. We need mucho robot bodies if we're gonna retake Helios and save the day and stuff. Capiche?
Jack, I'm gonna rip your eyes out. Stop talking like that. You sound like every fucking mid-level manager.
All aboard!
I think the one thing that I guess I kind of relate to is the whole like what was that one thing that Don Glover said? It's like I'm I'm too white for the hood, I'm too hood for the whites. I was like, yeah, I guess that's kind of what, because like when like I always kind of felt like kind of like the odd one out, because like I always kind of been like that, not like really on purpose, but it's kind of I guess my nature of being a little bit obtuse.
So this is where we're gonna build a super awesome robot army. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed.
Aren't you the naysayer? Evidently, this place became a regular ghost town when Dahl packed up and left after the Crackening, but we just need to get to the power suit section and get things up and running again.
Haven't found anything good? My weapon machines will fix that for you.
But I guess the way I made my peace with it is like I just embraced that I am different, and it's not in the sense of like me trying to be different. It's just I'm just naturally like that. I'd rather
This
be
place could have a serious talk infestation. Hope they've not destroyed any key
accepting to
systems in
myself
there.
than judging
Still,
myself
you
for
know how to
fitting
handle
like
yourself,
a
which is something.
set by people that either don't really know me or really have this assumption of like what a Spanish guy should be.
For ya.
But it is, I guess, like a little bit frustrating because it's like, oh fuck. Because it feels like when I'm around Spanish people, or better, it's like I gotta like prove that I am. But then when I'm around white people, like even though I feel like I'm not like I don't feel like I'm that crazy of a personality, I have to like soften myself or censor myself even more so I don't seem like as, like, you know, the assumption they think that like either that like that I sell drugs or that I'm a scammer or that like I'm gonna stab them. Because like it is like this weird dance I always kind of have to do with people that I don't know. Of like, okay, well,
The door's jammed. Maybe some kind of manual override. We need another way in. Find a console and hook me up to it. I bet I can do something about this.
it's like I guess that's just people in general. I think that's why I generally don't really like people, is because people would judge you preconception no matter what. Like it is human nature, but it is like a thing where I just notice it's like no matter. Like when I went to, like I said, when I went to college, I'd always wear either a sweatsuit or a tracksuit, which is I feel like that's pretty normal. I don't think that's like that, you know, that special or that crazy. But even I still got asked by a couple white kids like, "Oh, are you a drug dealer? You're a scammer." And I don't think I even really like give that off. I don't try to. It does kind of offend me because I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm just here. I'm just here. Like I'm just here listening to my music. I'm not doing anything. It's not like I'm on the fucking JBL speaker bumping NBA Youngboy. I'm just with my headphones in, doing
Just
my
give
own
me
thing.
a moment to look around. There's barely any power running through this. Ta-da! More nasties.
I think my most recent one was like I was cool with someone from Steam, and when they saw me, they were like, "Oh, I think it's because of my glasses, because they're branded." It was like, "Oh, like, do you know someone from the cartel?" I'm like, "No, dude, and I'm not Mexican. That's not how that works." And he said he was joking, but I don't really believe that.
I hate them. Plus, it looks like local scavs have set up shop. Push through here and find me a console to plug into so I can find out what's ahead. And kill me some bugs while you're at it. I'd forgotten how fun exploring new systems can be. Right then, past this building is the Stingray factory complex, and beyond that, the bot factory. It's a pretty straight shot. I should be able to get us past any locked gates. You can get us past any stupid people.
It is, I would say like one of the effects is that I never really felt like I had a community. Like I always felt. It does kind of sound sad, but yeah, I've always kind of felt alone in a sense. Even when like I guess I was like my most quote unquote popular, I still felt alone. And some people would look at like, oh, why don't you just try to fit in more? But I'm like, why? It's like, well, I do. Like, I don't want to be like just different for the sake of being different. But it's like, oh, but why do I have to be like a worse version or like a more stereotype version of myself to have a community that doesn't feel right? And it's also disingenuous because like if I don't like something, I just don't like it.
Well, maybe it'll open if you give it a good pull.
The fuck on, computer woman, shit. You're getting a little bit annoyed now. It's like I can't have a thought with like flipping in. Fuck. Okay. Ah, fucking barrel.
You might need to kill that.
You're starting to sound like Borderlands 3. That's not a good sign. Stealth shits. So I was like, it's not out of a sense of like that I don't want to change or I want to be difficult. It's more just like, if I don't like something, I don't want to force myself to like it just because, so I feel like I have a sense of community, because it's like, it's not, like one, I'd be lying, and two, it would just be like to be posturing. So it's like, why would I do that? And it's like, I don't know, it's like for me, a lot of people I guess I meet that are symmetric into like, you know, the gym, cars, yeah, like, you know, it's cool. I'm interested in it, but I'm not passionate about it. So like, why? It's like saying I love you to a girl that just met. It's like, isn't that a little too much right away? Wouldn't I rather like, you know, the connection to there?
Great. Almost zero juice running through this place, and the old turrets still work. That'll be me soon, won't it? A weapon. Again.
Look, I had another point to make, but I kind of forgot to get fucking interrupting me. I mean, that point was actually a good interruption or a good piece of world building. I might have had something fun to say. It wasn't about me. I feel like I've been talking about me way too much. Oh, fuck. What the fuck was it? I'm getting really warm now. I kinda got it back, and then I forgot again. Shit. Fuck was it? It was like at the tip of my tongue, but she moved like fucking like 4 clips at the time. That really threw me off. Oh, here you go. Politics and game, there you go. So, back to the point I was gonna make like maybe like 20 minutes ago. A lot of users expect that if you just say, hey, student debt, hey, capitalism equal bad, and then saying something really, oh shit, you're doing something so different. It's like, no, you're just saying it. That really doesn't mean shit.
For something so ugly, they sure do breed a lot.
Like, honestly, I feel like, it's kind of like a parroted answer, but honestly, I feel like the only game that really did politics like well or did it justice was the first Deus Ex, but that's because
this is the entrance to the Stingray facility. Could you get me access to that gate console? I meant that rhetorically. I mean, you need to.
Thank you for reiterating.
We've got a problem. The security system's being all fighty and feisty, so... Sorry. I'll work on opening the door. You deal with the turrets.
Get it done. Whoever programmed you is an idiot.
Fuck, I sold my cross. Fuck! Oh wait, no, I got this. Wait, no, fuck, this is a shit, I sold my cross.
Hack the turrets so they only fire at talks. Should help a bit. I'll get this stubborn thing open. Hopefully.
Hey kids, how's it going down there? Having fun? Keeping things on track with the whole robot army plan?
Nothing a lot of violence won't solve.
AG, I'll see you soon.
Newsflash, this door's being a huge pain in my digital arse. There's a jump pad nearby I can activate. Let's use that to get in. It was probably put there by scavs who used pads like that to sneak in and out of Concordia.
Okay, that was a little unnecessary to tell me, but what was I gonna say? Oh, okay, so I think the only game that really handled politics well, and which is like kind of like a It's been parroted a lot, but I think it's the first Deus Ex. It's only because of two very big factors in that. Of like, one, games weren't really that, like, there were some politics, but not really a lot. It was mainly either like, oh, like, hey, isn't America kind of copying fascism a little bit? Like, that was like the most political things ever really got. So it was that of like, it was still kind of untapped, and two, because of when they made Deus Ex, it was from Iron Storm.
Geronimo!
Those guys that made fucking Daikatana, so they were the very few developers that got told.
Looks like scavs have put up crude electric fields, presumably to keep out talks. Follow that cable. Let's see if we can shut it down.
Very few devs get told that. Like, hey, no restrictions, do what you think. Very few. Even now, I think the last time a dev got told that was like Spec Ops. Now I disable shit. Yeah, a lot of quote-unquote political things now, it's approved either by the board or by focus groups, so it's not really political, it's more just, hey, can we get some points, can we get some brownie points with the quote-unquote gamers. I think the most ugliest one, honestly, even though I like Arcane, I really hate that they did that. These
cables must be connected to a master fuse box somewhere. Follow them. They should lead the way out.
Arrows fucking, one of the hunters had a telekinesis power, and legit it was like, oh hey, the power is through student depth. Telekinesis power was through student depth. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I'm just like, holy fuck. It's like, we're really stretching the definition of what is related.
Shutting it down should get us past this last electric field, though I suppose it'll probably shut down all the other fields as well, so eyes peeled for talks.
Bugs! How do they get in? Oh, they're bloody everywhere!
I also think it kind of comes from the... There was like a lot of heavy session. People kind of... There was a lot of heavy... Around 2000s, like, you couldn't really... I think, like, now, you could probably be more political, but you couldn't even really talk about, like, any of the big wars around in Afghan or Iraq. Because legit, you get a fucking cease and desist, they'll stop talking about it. That's why, like, Made in Fallujah, I think Made in Fallujah was 6 Days in Fallujah, man. It started in 2000 and got shut down by the ratings board. So it is possible to have like a nuanced take, because just people choose not to, either through publisher meddling, ratings board meddling, or because there's not really a profit in it.
That's not right!
I might once have helped run a scav gang, but that didn't stop me finding these repulsive scraps of humanity disgusting. Each one you kill's making the universe a cleaner place.
There's activity kind of. I mean, it is an AI, so we can't do that. Look, I feel like what tells us that we've kind of been stuck in a loop is that we're still on the whole like, oh, murder is bad thing, which is, yeah, no shit. We're still pounding on that drum. We still gave, I think it's fucking Last of Us 2 got an award for storytelling, which I'm like, what the fuck? Even if you cut out all the shit with Abby and all the stupid like transition, it's still, it's kind of still telling the same story from the first game, but worse because there's no real connection. It's just Joel gets killed and Ellie gets upset, which is, I mean, yeah, but I mean that's any fucking story, like no shit. I also think people kind of forgot that like Last of Us wasn't really like a unique story, it was more just a common story told very well. But it wasn't like a, you know, we weren't hitting new ground. It's still very much Angry Dad Simulator with child that makes the guy softer through thing, which is it's been told so many times. But it was told well. It was told well enough that you know you bought into the ride. But it's still very much tapped well, and I feel like kind of Neil Druckmann kind of bought into his own hype.
Man, that thing's driving me nuts. We get it. You captured our huge, scary laser. Gold star.
Help! I'm being held hostage in the main control room just ahead of your current position. Any chance you could, you know, rescue me? The bloody scavs will eat me when they realise I'm not what I say I am.
And I feel like they could have told the story interesting. The way they did it. It really was. I mean, it was more just the like, oh hey, the guy you killed had $1, which I'm like, yeah, understandable, but it's not like really hitting anything new.
Looky here, boys!
Bioshock Infinite was very guilty of that. That shit still, I still fucking hate that they did that. And the, well, I guess the quote unquote game lesson was like, hey, don't you know you don't have a lot of choice in linear game? I'm like, huh? I wonder what game from 2006 told me the exact same lesson, except with way better storytelling, and they didn't have to break dimensions to tell me it. It's almost like it's in the same series of games. I'm also kind of worried they're gonna do the whole,
thanks so much. Feels like I've been trapped here forever. Come on over. I'll open up the door for you. I'll open the door.
am I glad to see you. Here I was doing some help-yourself exploring, working on a pet project I've been cooking up, when the scavs swept in, about to cut me up bad, when I persuaded them I'm a medic. I am a doctor, but more the Hyperion R&D kind.
Hey, Jack, that true?
I don't recognize him. Yo, what's your name?
Sorry, bruv. Gladstone Katoa, D Division. What brings you here?
Oh, D Division. That's where they hide all the brainiacs who work on all the super secret awesome stuff, right?
I work on experimental tech. The Division greenlit me using the resources here. Why are you here?
Well, Gladstone Katoa, I need to get back to Helios and retake the big-ass laser on it from a bunch of freaky-looking dull military types. And if we don't, the moon's gonna go boom and take half of Pandora with it. You know, the huge.
Oh, man.
Stop, man.
I wondered what was going on. So,
why are you here? Shouldn't you be somewhere more space stationy?
I can smell the
Jack wants to
fucking
build a
IPA
robot
from his
army
breath.
driven by my AI, then retake Helios with it. I'm Felicity, by the way.
Oh. Gotcha. You're after my prototype. Well, it's not finished.
What? No, we're here to build robots. What prototype are you talking about?
Ah, right. I was working on an off-the-books project, creating a master bot capable of digistructing an almost unlimited supply of other bots. My prototype's almost done, but the scavs stopped me from installing some key parts. Besides, I wouldn't want something that powerful to fall into their grimy hands.
This guy right here. Tell me more.
Yeah, bro. We'll just need to finish putting the hardware together. After that, install a military-grade AI and pow! It should pump out combat-ready loaders.
Way ahead of you, man. What do you think old Felicity is here for?
What? You want me inside some kind of constructor bot? That's not what I had in mind.
Ooh, constructor. I like it. Nice. So, tech dude, this prototype can digistruct combat loaders, right? Because, to be honest, those power suits seem kind of lame.
Yeah, totally. But first, you'll need to finish putting together the prototype. You'll need to get access to the main bot factory itself through the transportation gate. I'll monitor the systems from here.
All right, go Team Robot Army.
Do I not get a say in this?
Sure, yeah, whatever makes you happy. Just make my loaders deadly.
Greetings.
By the way, last guy who double-crossed me has got nothing but a bunch of bullet holes and a stupid look on his face. Get me?
Why would I cross you, bruv? You're trying to save the moon, and you seem like a stand-up guy. Plus, you're about to help me complete my life's work.
Come again.
I think I had another one out of the chopping block. Oh, finally a corrosive gun. Okay, what was another one on the chopping block? Oh, the new God of War. I like the design of it. The combat's okay. It's like a, you know, baby's beginner DMC. But I fucking hate the direction they took Kratos in. Because it just fucking screams like, oh, I think being a father is just saying boy and giving orders, which I'm like, no, that's not. That's not being a father. And it's like, out of all the people, why the fuck did they pick Kratos to do that shit? And like, you know, I believe people can change, but it's like, are we forgetting, like, I don't know, maybe if it was Kratos from God of War 1, I could kind of, like, big flaming Greek letters words, kind of believe he could change. But legit, in God of War 3, he kills the moon, kills the sun, he plunges his entire world into essentially death because he found out he got tricked. Even though he's been killing gods for like 2 games straight, he kind of knew he got tricked, but because the start of God of War 2, he kills Zeus. I was like, by all metrics, this is not a good guy. So I was like, oh, I'm supposed to believe he's changed because he says boy a bunch of times. Because he has another dead wife that I didn't see that she was dead off fucking screen. No, I beat the game. I beat it twice. But I just, like, the second time, it's like, oh, fuck. Like, once I saw the tricks the game had, I'm like, I really can't do this again. I muted the game and I put it on the podcast and I played the game. I had more. I guess it's like it's a ride that's better the first time, but it really isn't good the second time.
You look better, bro.
more selling him. Like, yeah, he has changed, quote unquote, but he's still very much the same Kratos. He just doesn't act like an entire psychopath. That's a very low bar. Like, okay, well, he's changed, quote unquote. Like, I don't know, to me that's the same, that's the equivalent of like, oh, well, my boyfriend who punches me, well, now he just slaps me, you know, he's changed. I mean, yeah, I guess that's changing.
Challenge? Right.
I don't know how they could have, because they would have either had to make an intro cutscene that was long as shit to make him care about a character that I wouldn't see. Which, I mean, I guess, but then it's like, why? It's like, okay, so because he got someone pregnant, I'm supposed to believe he's changed overnight?
Hyperion just didn't have the resources on Helios for my project. And there was all this old dial tech just left lying around. They gave me an escort team, but the scavs chewed them up pretty quick. I wonder if that's what happened to them. Anyway, then I was on my own. I knew they'd send a rescue party though. Never stopped hoping.
Yeah, Hyperion didn't send us. I did.
But you're Hyperion. Oh, bruv. They're the coolest company. Best 3 years of my life. Would never want to work for anyone else. You picked a winner here, Felicity.
I don't want to count talks before they're hatched, but you know what? I think you're right.
Like, I don't know, to me, it's how it feels is like if they fucking made a new Judge Dredd game, they gave him a kid, like, oh, Judge Dredd, he completely changed now. Now he's a reformed guy. But he also had a wife off screen, so you know he has feelings now.
Now you got the three of us!
I'm gonna make some crap guys mad, but yeah, Atreus being Loki does not make me give a shit about Atreus.
What you got? Earning your keep.
I'll say the only like real moment that kind of got me was when he got the Chaos Blades again. But even it's like it got me, but then it was also like, huh, well, yeah, this is the same guy that ripped the guy's head off just for a light, or bashed the guy's head in because he didn't read something fast enough, and just kind of like it was a dual effect of like, well, this was a good moment, but it's also reminded me all the shit that Kratos did. That's pretty much it. I don't know. I haven't seen anything of Ragnarok, but I don't
Factory up ahead. That's where I was working on my prototype before the scavs showed up and claimed the place.
From what I've seen, it seems like it kind of follows the same beats. They just have Thor now. I thought they were gonna do something with Atreus being Loki, but not really. They just added another, which I kind of find dumb too, because they kind of had like a somewhat like mother figure with the mage lady. I forgot her fucking name. But instead of continuing with that, they just kind of sideline her again. Even though they sidelined her in the first game, introduce another character that fits the same role, that brings her back as an antagonist. Like the last act of the game's already over, so it's like, what the fuck? Why do that? I think it has more to do with that, like, some people want to fuck Kratos because he's a dad, because that's a whole, like, subculture of people who are like, oh, well, if he's a dad, he's hot, like, the whole DILF thing. I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm not into, I like MILFs too, but it's not really for the whole kid thing. That's why I like him for different reasons.
Look at them go! Maybe you scared them off with your extremely scary vault hunterness. Apparently not. They've got a dial power suit. Sorry, bro.
Get out there, walk!
Okay, let me get the corrosive gun real
Loader's gonna be way more kick-ass. Speaking of which, how's that going?
I'm down. I see the whole wave starts on like trophy shit. Because that's trophies the whole my wife's dead, so I gotta kill about 1,000 people to make up for it. And that shit's been so played. Even fucking John Wick didn't even do that. I mean, they kinda did, but it was more of a dog roast, which is still funny. I find it kind of funny how stupid that is, but it is kind of funny that a dog's what made John Wick go on a spree, not his wife being killed. But I mean, you know, wife died of natural causes, but even then, it's like, even John Wick had the you know, the brains to not put that fucking story trope, and still knowing the games were still cool. I forgot, that's what fucking, I just realized, yeah, God of War did that too, but that was in fucking 2000, like, what, 2005? I forgot about that. I don't know, I just hate the whole, like, posturing of, like, we're so deep.
Finally here! So, this is the birth canal of my new robot army, huh? Yeah, this is where I was doing most of my work before the scavs came and forced me to be their medic. We'll need to clear the area of them before getting to work.
No refunds. Later, Vault Hunter.
I think, because I tried to give criticism and, like, give a solution to it. I think what they could have done, what I think would have been a little bit better than just my wife dead, is they could have had, like, you know, have, like, Kratos find, like, a Norse village and have that. Still the same story beat. I mean, I still wouldn't have given a shit, but it still at least would have been better. Have like a village of Norse people. They're trying to hide Kratos, and like Kratos has a hood, and he's trying to raise Atreus. And then the village gets raised, and then Atreus sees, you know, death for the first time, and that affects him. Because, you know, no shit, as a kid, seeing your whole village die would kind of affect your brain a little bit. I think that would have been a better starting incident. And it still would have been tropey as shit, it's still a trope. Kurosawa did that a lot. Medieval stories did that a lot, but at least it'd be something. At least it'd be like, okay, well, I can understand the whole going through the journey and trying to get Atreus to go away. The whole just my off-screen wife, and she's dead, so that means the whole journey has to be because of that.
Always happy to do business with a Vault Hunter.
that throughout the first main story with Ellie, do the whole same thing, albeit her perspective. The dude, which I think was named Professor episode 2, they should have made it they should have made it a choice if you kill Abby or not. And then if you choose to spare her, oh fuck, it's a badass. If you choose to spare her, if you choose to spare her, then you get to see her perspective from that ending. So it kind of would be like a New Game Plus kind of thing. So then it would feel like, you know, oh, you know, I didn't just spend 40 hours for nothing because of my choice. I got to see it in the perspective. But then if you did kill her, then the game just ends and you get the same like you still get an ending, but then you would still kind of feel hollow, like how Ellie feels, because you know you went on that whole journey just to kill one lady, and then yeah, it didn't change much. You're still dead. You're still losing apocalypse. It would reflect the player and the player choice. Holy shit, we can do that in games. That's gonna be like working within the script. I gotta make it like a whole other fan draft. That's a whole other thing.
This place kind of looks like a junkyard. Are you sure we can build something badass up in here?
Of course, bruv. The scavs make it look way worse than it is. First thing we need to do is restore the main power. Head over to the breaker room and see what's what.
Fuck, I'm dead later. These are all kind of worse. Let's swap the shield. It's actually, the delay is lower.
Locked up. Let's see if we can get you in through the window. Let me see if I can get the cover down. Those guys are rude. Looks like scavs have barricaded themselves inside. That security glass is vulnerable to cold. Reckon you should freeze and smash.
Yeah! Piss off! Like, unlock!
Whoa, shrinking, shrinking! Well, this ain't gonna work! Good boy!
guess is the bad Bioshock. They called it anything besides Bioshock. They called it like the Columbia Project.
Okay, the main breaker should be in this room. Just flip it on.
But because it tells the same story that Bioshock 1 tells us with more explosions. And then being, hey, aren't racists bad? Like, no shit. No, fuck, it's not really like a question. I mean, don't get me wrong, even with, I'm a big fan of Bioshock, even then the whole moral dilemma of, hey, do I kill the little girl or not? Doesn't really mean shit.
Oh, sorry, that electrified the water. At least this place has power now. That, good people, is the sound of progress. One step closer to saving the world. Okay, let's get down to serious business now. The first thing we need to do is complete the eye part. That's the really clever bit. I already have the process set up, but we'll need the material from a few of the security bots. I was never able to get them myself. Let me guess. All brains, no balls. Yeah, something like that. The little buggers pack quite a punch. Head back to the security office that looks over the main room and call them in. Of course, that might attract more scavs too, so be prepared.
I think the original, Levine had original idea was that if you did spare, you were gonna be a lot weaker, because it was gonna be that you're only, I think it was gonna be the only way you could get at him was to get it. I think even if you save them, you weren't gonna get anything, or you were gonna get like a very, like maybe like 1/4 of it. Which I think that would have been interesting, but it still kind of would have been the same thing. So I think maybe they could have done like a whole like, oh, you gotta shut off parts of the city to power up the machines, but then doing that, you would make the game harder for yourself, because then you would have more like cracked out splicers. I'm still upset about like pretty much I think Bioshock 2 Minerva's Den. I think Minerva's Den should have been the whole game. I think that was probably like the best case scenario. Like it's a new story with a new bit of twist. It isn't like the deepest story either, but at least it's something more than just like, hey, you know, guy that has daughter, he can kind of want to look after her, and then he has a mental bond that he has to. That shit kind of annoys me, especially because the original concept was way different. The designer, the lead producer, lead director, he wanted to make a Bioshock game that you would be a little sister, but essentially would kind of be like a survival horror game, which I think that would have been really interesting. But then 2K was like, nah, we want a Call of Duty, we want a Gears of War. I'm like, what the fuck? And he was the guy that designed 4 Frolics. So I was like, how do you get one of the best level designers from Bioshock and be like, hey, no, we want you to do this? It's like, why'd you even hire him? I'm guessing it's for the clout or for like brand recognition, but still, it's like, what the fuck? It's always, it's like when you, I guess when you deep dive, you kind of figure out that, oh, the gaming industry's always been like this. It's always been the publishers or the executives or the investors deciding what happens and what doesn't. And it's fucking depressing because we lose a lot of new ideas. We lost Prey 2 because of that. And I mean, I do like Prey 2016, but it doesn't really, the only reason why it has the name Prey is because Bethesda thought it would be easier to sell, but it's like, that's pretty much the only reason. It has nothing else to do with Prey at all, in the slightest. It could have just been called Talios or Typhon. I think that would have been better.
You'll need to destroy them in order to get their eyes.
It'll take more than that!
ready to rumble!
Right, that's the stuff. Get the rest.
I don't know, it's still kind of weird that, like, what kind of feels like a big, like, fuck you to the fans is because Levine recognized that you were like, hey, this is kind of the same game as the first one. Instead of rewriting, he's like, oh, let's just add multiverse theory, being like, hey, because there's a lighthouse, that means there's always going to be this, which I mean, like, I fucking guess. It's kind of a reach. But, like, I don't know, to me, I mean, I have zero game dev history, but, like, to me, it's like, if I realize I'm writing the exact same story with the exact same message, maybe I should change the message. Maybe I shouldn't be like, hey, isn't this kind of the same story from the last one? Especially when it's like your most popular game.
Next up, head to the Oculus lab. I'll walk you through the process. It should already be set up.
That's what I'm worried about, Julius. I really hope this is good, but I really hope it's not a like, oh, hey, game industry has changed kind of thing. Or hey, like, isn't social media bad or isn't people think bad? I'm worried that it is. With some of the stuff in the trailer, kind of has me a little bit worried. But I'm hoping that... Yeah, I'm hoping he knows that, but at the same time, it's like... He kind of got the double-handed hand job for that decision. He got all the awards, he got all the praise. I remember some outlets gave Bioshock a fucking 10, which I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay, just place the pieces in that converter over there. It'll melt down the raw materials and form the prototype eye. An eye converter? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Why the hell would they make an eye converter? They didn't make it. I did. I was here for a long time preparing this lab for my prototype. This is highly sensitive experimental technology. Really? Because it looks like a toaster. There it goes. All my hard work finally paying off. We're seeing history in the making.
I guess you'd say that.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, now pick it up.
This is so friggin' hot.
Okay, now head back to the main room. We need to plug that baby into the main torso.
I think like the biggest cock tease was he never fought Songbird, which is kind of like a...
Flip that latch and the cage should open.
Like, I don't know, maybe if they gave like a good reason for it, but it was the reason for it was lame. It was just like, oh, well, Elizabeth's so powerful, you can just kill him. I'm like, oh, cool. I get the whole, like, what was the bullshit called? The siphon? Which, I mean, yeah, I get it, but it is like a fucking... It feels like when Virgil takes your weapon in DMC3, but there's even that had payoff. You fight Virgil like maybe 3 or 4 times throughout that game. So at least there's some payoff with Songbird. You just run from him the whole time, and the whole loud advertisement. The original cover was gonna be Songbird, so it is kind of like, and it's canon that he's the precursor of the Big Daddy. So I was like, what the fuck? Why can't I fight him once? And then Burial. I don't know, I think Burial at Sea is like the smoking gun that either Levine was pushed or he kind of realized that the story he made kind of didn't make sense. Even then, Burial Sea doesn't even really make sense by itself either, because it's like the whole... It kind of rewrites Infinite's ending, which is like there's always going to be multiple universes even if you kill Comstock. But then Infinite Sea is like, oh, but there is only one Comstock, that's why Elizabeth has to do that even though it gets her killed. But it's like, wait, wouldn't Comstock still happen then? If she could go back? Because how she still exists, the Comstock didn't exist. The timeline is just fucked.
rebuilding that thing?
I was so close to finishing this when the scabs arrived. It'll pump out a lot of robots, enough to make the difference against Dahl or whatever they are. Oh, it's, looks kind of like a dumpster wrapped in sadness. Hey, no offense.
I think the only thing I can give points to Braille C is that it added back the 6 weapons. But that's just kind of like they should have just already did that. If anything, maybe they should have done like 4 weapon limit. But the 2 weapon limit, that was always
done.
dumb.
We need to mount the torso onto the crane system.
That decision really felt like, oh, the COD's doing it, so you gotta do it.
Oh, bruv, this is really happening. It's working. My old professor said I'd never amount to anything, but she was wrong. And now look at me.
I wouldn't get so happy.
Inside that thing? I've been wondering about this installation. You know, you could just copy me. It takes a little longer, but it's the same thing, and I'd find it much less terrifying.
Exactly how much less terrifying?
It's the difference between brain surgery and being scanned.
Let me think about it. That's good, that's good. Now we need to attach the turrets, then the legs.
And I don't know, if they really wanted to stick to your mom, if they really wanted to stick this fucking graffiti, if they really want to stick to the guns with a 2 weapon limit, I think the solution was there too. Just give your guns to Elizabeth, have her not shoot him, just have him hold them. She already follows you for the whole fucking game, she can pull out ammo and salts out of her ass, so why not just have her hold the guns? Like, I don't know, it's like we can accept she can pull a tornado out of thin air, but holding the guns, that's where we draw the line of like, oh well, that's not realistic. What's annoying is that in some of Booker's pre-designs, he has like the 2 like detective gunslings. So I was like, why can't he hold more than 2 guns? And he's a Pinkerton, and he was in the army. Why can't he hold more than 2 guns? At least like have him hold a pistol. At least do the whole like long gun, medium gun, sidearm thing. You know, they do make that a big part of his character. That he was in Wounded Knee. And even though that doesn't make sense, apparently he was like 14, but he was so manly he could pass off as an 18-year-old, which I don't really believe.
Oh, that's okay, thanks. I've got a faster way to do that. No scared, just soften them up a little. Then let the turrets work their magic. Bloodthirsty, are you? The turrets need to get the kills for you.
This can't be good.
He was gonna be, oh yeah, no, yeah, he was supposed to be. I got those mixed up. Yeah, he was supposed to be 12 originally. Yeah, no, fucking. You can maybe 14-year-old could have a 12-year-old, maybe a 12-year-old during the 1700s passed off as an 18-year-old. I don't know about that.
Don't kill the scabs. The turrets need to finish them off, or they won't calibrate.
How is this faster?
I'm wearing my
Targeting calibration's almost finished. Just a few more readings to go.
So why didn't you just let the AI scan it?
You're up.
Blast. why doesn't Slate recognize Booker? I know like constantly got a beard right now, but don't you think if he was able to recognize him like 10 years into, why couldn't he recognize the older version of him?
Yeah, job done.
And he does bring up how he takes credit for his battles. Wouldn't he put two and two together? Like, huh, how does he know this much about the battles if he wasn't there? I guess you're just not supposed to think about that.
So nearly there. Feels like mercenary day.
So this is going to be my new home, huh? Not sure I want to move in.
Right. The legs are in the other lab. They're still attached to an experimental version of the Dahl power suit. So you'll need to separate them and get them into the crane system.
How about I take over the power suit, then walk the legs to where they can be assembled? Wouldn't that be easier?
Hey, that's not a bad idea. I didn't even think of that. It'll be a nice warm-up for you.
Go, Wolf!
Crap, my timer.
All systems green!
Fuck, man. Next time I go down, I'm gonna have like a second to get back up. I know cosplayers love them, but they're legit like plot armor as characters of like, oh well, you know, the Tessans will just always know. I guess you can kind of make the argument that that was kind of Tenenbaum's role. At least Tenenbaum made sense. She made the little sisters. She felt guilty about it, so she came back. At least that made sense. But it's like, why do the Tessans even really give a shit about what's going on with their omniscient beings? It feels like some shit out of like the Sherlock reboot of like, it sounds cool, so we're just gonna put it in, even though it doesn't really make sense. It kind of breaks all urgency of the fucking game, and then you just have some people that can just tell you, hey, this will work in this mode.
Hey, let's see it!
with me, Snag.
Well, I kind of have mixed opinions on Daisy because it feels like she would have been a good character in a different script where Columbia wasn't so like mustache troll and evil. It's kind of like. Wait a minute. With Bioshock 1, you have a question of okay, can uncheck capitalism? What can it do? But with Infinite's question is like, hey, is jerking off to the founding fathers and being xenophobic and thinking only white people are good people, that's not really a question, and it's also like, why did they even fucking go there? It's like, to me that sounds like if you were in that position, that sounds like moving to like fucking KKK Island, so why would you go there to really begin with? Because they don't even really hide it. They put it like it's on the fucking it was obviously Bioshock kind of had some classism too. At least it tried to hide it somewhat. But if it's on the it's legit on the fucking wall. So I was like, why would you go there? Oh fuck. Like with Bioshock 1, you can have the argument, okay, it's during the nuclear bomb craze, it's like you don't really know what's going on. But I mean, I guess you could say it was around the time where like slavery was abolished, but it wasn't like, you know, segregation was still very much a thing. So I guess you could say that, but then it's like, well, why would you? It's essentially it's like, okay, you trade segregation for an island where everything that the main guy says is law, and there's no like checks and balances in place to even really judge it or even deny it. So it's like to me it's like trading getting shot in the foot with a pistol by getting shot in the foot with a shotgun. It's like,
okay, plug me in.
Yes, you are trading it, but you're not trading for the better. You're trading for the worse.
This body feels strange. Arms, legs. Is this what it's like to be human? This is the worst.
Alright, let's see what you can do.
Oh, and then well, I guess you can make the argument when at first they were accepted by the government. I think like 2 years in, the government stopped, at least the US stopped associating with Colombia. So it's like, so why did they stay?
Dirty.
This wasn't like modern, right? This was 1900s America that did not want to associate.
Oh, I hope you didn't have a family.
Look at that, a game 2014 making the same fucking point that Last of Us 2 made. But I guess because they didn't scream, oh no, Bob, it doesn't exist.
Incoming power suits!
Shit.
I didn't enjoy doing that.
Not bad, Buttercup. You turned all those scabs into puddles.
I did, didn't I? Everything's lost like tears in a puddle.
Yeesh.
They just attack me on sight. Don't humans ever try talking to each other? Sorry. Okay, I'm ready to detonate. Stand back.
Perfect, Felicity. Vault Hunter, can you use the controls to lower the torso onto the legs? Yeah,
this
is
is
gonna get awesome.
Is this like a mech? Maybe like a 5-year-old?
Awesome.
It's a brute, isn't it?
Construction's complete, finally! The shell just needs to go through testing in the diagnostics chamber. We'll be able to install the AI core Felicity there.
You know, Jack, I really didn't enjoy killing those scavs. Maybe this is all a mistake.
I don't like killing either, babe.
Oh, we gotta theme across without making it a 40-hour game. Meaning it'll be good.
Looks like we need to rotate the rails around. Head into that office and use the controls to get things moving again.
Don't let the Borderlands writers see this. They might actually have a thought that doesn't include fucking memes from like 2015.
We got a badass here!
Fucking frozen barrel right there. I really hope those 4 they learn, but it's like they don't really have a reason to do it with Tail. They didn't with New Tales. They doubled down. They only give a fuck about the sales figures. It's like, here's hoping for isn't as bad, but here's I don't fucking know. Maybe the movie bombing will tell them this type of shitty writing isn't really profitable. But who knows? I got to piss. I don't know, it has me doubting that they'll actually improve the writing. Because every review I saw was like, oh, just ignore the writing or just lower the dialogue. But I'm like, that's not really. That shouldn't be the like caveat. That shouldn't be the general assumption. Like, oh, just turn off dialogue or just don't listen to them. Like, that's not. When half your game is dialogue and it's bad, I just can't just ignore that or just pretend it isn't there. But majority of reviews will just say that. Just say like, oh, just turn on a podcast or just play with friends. I'm like, yeah, but even if you play with friends, the writing is still there unless you just turn it off, but that's not a fix. The gameplay is good, but there's only so much you can carry on that.
Okay, looks like the prototype is on its way to the testing chamber. Head on over there so we can install our AI. Okie dokie, tickety-tock, let's do this.
I don't know, to me, the way people say that, it comes off as like, oh, like, it's like if I make something for some food, and I'm just like, oh, hey, this will taste good if you just don't taste it. No, man, that's bad actually. It's like me saying this food will taste good if you just pretend you're eating something else. It's not that I feel like by definition that kind of means I fucked up. I don't know how, but fucking Borderlands 3 made a worse character than Tiny Tina than Borderlands 2, which is, I guess that's an accomplishment. But it's kind of like you improved in the wrong way. I don't think the solution was to make a character worse than Tiny Tina. I think it should have been to make a character better. I thought they would have, or at least they could. I thought Tina was gonna have progression.
I don't want to have my memory wiped. I don't want to turn into... Look, can't you just put a copy of me into the constructor?
Exactly how long will it take to copy you?
Couple of days at the absolute most.
Too long. Zarpedon will have popped the moon like a zit by then. Look, I'm really sorry, kiddo. This is the only way. Vault Hunter, do it.
Installing.
Why loot the dead when you can buy from me?
Kind of crazy that an AI has more humanity than like half the cast of BO3. Oh crap, that rocket launcher was better than the other one. Shit, I should have picked that up. Damn, I did. Fuck. There's no lost loot in this either. Shit. I thought it said 500, not 800. I thought I had 800. Damn it. Well, there it is.
Your cash ain't worth a thing if you don't spend it.
It's Joe. Come back when dying.
Stuff. Anything that can help us in a fight. Trash the rest. Felicity, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I can hear myself dying. I can Stop it. No! No!
Fuck.
If hate is all you want, that's what you'll get.
What? She's still in there? Look, we need that thing intact. Disable it, but don't destroy it.
Is the most hated game of the series. But I give a shit more about this robot than I do any character in 3, especially fucking Vaughn. I would throw Vaughn in a wood chipper instantly, even if it gave me nothing.
It's good. Now disable it.
You think that will stop me? You're all just scabs to me now. And now you unleash my true potential.
Gladstone, give me a full memory reboot. I want that thing sane, and I want it badass.
I trust you.
No. Sir, yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Look at this broad go. Okay, that's cool, but why are they attacking us? Gladstone? I'm trying, but the AI is fighting me. We'll have to fully disable it before it can gain control.
much did this to him, except they didn't even really give a reason. They're just like, oh well, I guess Reese is just like that out.
Down with Hyperion.
Wow, that was tough. Well, at least it looked tough. Whatever. Good work. Now let's see what this puppy can pump out. Gladstone, make me some friggin' robots.
Ready for construction.
Okay, not bad. But you know what? Appearances do matter. They need a little more je ne sais quoi. Let's go with Hyperion yellow. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Awesome.
Should I go ahead and start creating more?
Yeah, you bet your ass. You know what? Come to think of it, other stuff needs a kick in the pants too. Let me get that down. Think up awesome new names and colors for Hyperion weapons. All right, I think we're good to go. Come back to Moxie's, we'll get you geared up and ready for the big fight.
I should drop some good loot actually. Oh, nice a blue Hyperion shotgun. Something I find kind of funny is that Gearbox kept pushing this narrative like, oh, Borderlands 2 was made for the fans, we put it by the fans. Because we really just care about the fans. Something I found that was funny is that I thought Troy Baker said no to coming back to Borderlands 3 because of how shit the script was. But no, it was because they didn't want to pay union fees for their actors. That's why Troy Baker didn't come, because essentially he knew that he was going to get paid way more than anyone else. So he was like, nah, like, I want everyone to get the same wage. And Gearbox is like, well, guess what, you're fired, buddy. So to me, it's just hilarious that they push this message of like, this was for the fans, for the fans, for the fans, but wouldn't pay their actors a decent wage.
That's some quality merch right there.
Oh, damn it. Purple scav. There's a pistol. This thing. Can get a purple shotgun or is... Oh wait, okay, I could use this. I need a stronger corrosive gun. Okay, let me do that. This might sound like I'm like cherry picking. Something that I found insane is that Gearbox's CEO, he's worth about I think 1 trillion. Let me see how much he's worth. He's worth 10 million. Well, net assets, that's not royalties or any other contracts. And that's after taxes too. So he's worth $10 million. Let's see how much money Fortnite has made. Fortnite has made 26 billion. And he recently put out a statement that only in 2023 Fortnite was profitable, which I don't believe at all. Because what the fuck did you do? Oh, he said Fortnite wasn't profitable until 2023 and he had to fire half the staff. But the game made 26 billion. Let's see, how much do they cost to produce for a night? About 15 million. Damn, that's still a lot, but 26 billion. So let's see, what's 15 billion? Divided by 36. Oh wait, fuck, a bit worse. So the game made about 2,400x its worth, about the money that it made. So even with that, even though it made that much x its cash back, and that's not even counting microtransaction, brand deals, brand placement, cross sponsorship, that's just from the game itself. Still fired half the development team and said, well, it only made money this year. I mean, 2023 was last year, but it was this quarter. So to me, that's fucking insane. So I'm like, huh, really, this is really for the fans? They had to fire half your workers even when the game made way more money than you put into it. And you know damn well he gave himself a bonus for the profits. Because all CEOs and execs do that shit.
Nina keep you alive. When in pain, think of Nina.
You can never be too well armed. I'll always buy guns you don't need.
They're using the laser to kill the aliens living in the center of the moon.
Huh?
There's really nothing to worry about.
Oh, Jack's back.
Here's where it gets fun.
Both these guns are pretty dick, but I guess I'll sell this Jacobs.
I stashed some loot away for a special occasion. Guess this qualifies. Help yourselves.
Let's see. Is the gun that vibrates? Is it? I think it is. This is all kind of bad. I mean, this shield's better. This grenade mod's worse on all fronts. Oh, thanks, I guess.
Who uses lasers anymore?
Alright, here we go, everybody. The jamming signal's down, we've got a robot army, and it's time to get back to Helios and turn off that death laser.
Roland and I will head up with you guys and provide support. And I'll be cheering you on from the cozy confines of this cantina.
I don't know how hairy things have gotten up there, so be prepared for anything. Let's go. We'll fast travel up there first. You follow behind.
I think the only like good news of 4 is that I think it's gonna involve the Meridians, but it also has me worried of like the last time the Meridians been mentioned.
If we don't shut that laser
was the
down
first
soon,
game.
we can kiss this whole moon goodbye.
And none of those original writers are there, so that's why I'm like, meh.
Let's be heroes.
I have a feeling they're gonna do the whole like Halo 4 or 5 thing of, oh, the precursor, they were here before, the pre-race or some bullshit like that. I don't know. I'm holding out, but unless they get like the writing team from 2. Even then, some of the writing didn't age that gracefully. But I am here. Ah, fuck, I'm about to pass out. Ugh.